welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we are going to do what we read.
July wrap-up.
There we go. We're going to do a July wrap-up of the books that we read. She read more than me. I'm a slower reader, apparently.
Yes. Yes, you are. I devour books.
Not a bad thing.
No, I devour books. Sometimes I think I read too fast.
Anyway, so we are going to show you what we read and what we thought about them. Go.
Okay.
We have more books.
It's true. Okay, so the first book I'm going to talk about is The Virgin Cure by Amy McKay. I would have to say that this was not my favorite book. I was a little hesitant going into it in the beginning, and I have definitely decided that it will not be staying in my book collection. Not because it was badly written or anything, it's just the premise of the book sounded like something completely different than what it turned out to be. So I wasn't a huge fan of it. It was kind of actually a little boring for me and slow moving. And I'm hoping the book that has this character in the, like, as she gets older, the next book, which is not a series, I think it's just a standalone kind of book. I'm hoping it was a lot better than this one. I'm hoping, because I had some hopes, not high hopes, some hopes for this book.
One of the books I read last month was The Big Beautiful by Pamela Duncan. This book was okay. First of all, it says she gets stuck in a sunroof of the limo. On the back of the book, she doesn't. She pops out of the roof, but she doesn't get stuck. Anyway, but I found there was no actual, like, climax to the book. It was just very, no twists and turns, really. Just very, like, flat. It wasn't a bad book, but it wasn't a favorite. There's no, like, big climax or, like, anything, and the main character irritated me most of the time.
It's never good when that happens.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to get through a book then.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's an okay book. If you want an easy read, you can probably read this.
Okay, so the next book one of the books I read was called The Scribe of Siena by Melody Winoware. I just finished this book yesterday. Not going to lie, it's a debut novel, and in the beginning, was very bored with this book. It jumps around a lot. It went from being seemed like 3 years to present time to her telling her story, and it just kind of jumped timeline, and it was really hard to, like, figure out where you were. And then once one of the twists happened, it seemed to be really slow moving within that twist. Like, the book I found, I got interested probably 2/3 of the way through the book. And really good book in the end. Like, actually really enjoyed this book, but it was a very slow start for me. Definitely recommend it, though, if you like historical fiction. This one's really good.
The other book I read is One Less Problem Without You by Beth Harbison. This book is completely different than the back. Okay, granted, what's on the back is actually what's in the book, but it's so much darker than the back of the book.
It goes a different way than expected?
100%.
Yeah.
And, however, this book was good. I read it in, like, a day or two. However, I found that she didn't go into the characters very much. I just felt like the characters were lacking something.
Not as much character development as you had hoped?
Yeah. I think she could have brought this, like, created a longer novel and done so much more with it, because the premise, the plot, it was really good, but I felt like things were missing in this book. But still, I would suggest reading it. It's darker than you would think. It threw me for a loop.
Right, the next book is The Affair by Jill Paul. Again, a slow book to start. It has actual facts about the taping of Cleopatra back in 1961 with Elizabeth Taylor. I really like that aspect, not gonna lie. I like history, so probably why I like so many of these books. I would say this is probably, I don't do Goodreads or anything, like, I'm not on Goodreads, I should probably start, but if I was, I'd probably give this one like a 3-star. I liked it. It was slow to start, but then it got really interesting. There was a few twists and turns, But then the ending just kind of, as much as it was like a good ending, it was kind of like a meh. Nothing really like spectacular happened. It was like build, and kind of fizzle. So, it's an alright book. I'm excited to, I think it's called The Secret Affair. No, this is The Affair, The Secret Wife by her as well, so we'll see how that one turns out.
The next one I have is Someone Special. Everyone Deserves Someone Special? No. Someone Special by Sheila O'Flanagan. How dare you? I really actually enjoyed this book. It was a bit of like, I wanted to bop the brother in the nose a lot, along with his wife.
Bop him in the nose?
Yeah.
Not just clock him, just bop him in the nose.
Bop him in the
like
nose.
Just, boop.
Well, he regained the whole not clocking him to bop in the end.
Oh, okay.
But I still wanted to bop him in the nose. The main character, Rami. Okay, this book, you feel like it only follows her, but it actually gives several people's perspectives
I like when books do
throughout the book. But Rami got annoying, I'm not gonna lie. She got really annoying. I liked the sister, to be honest. She was my favorite character. But it's actually a really good book, and it's definitely about family, finding themselves as a family, instead of, oh, this is your dad, and this is your dad, my dad, kind of thing. That's, yeah. I'd probably give it a 4, I'm not gonna lie. The climax wasn't as big as I wanted, but a bigger one would have been like...
Too much almost?
Yeah, it wouldn't have fit the book. So.
The next one I have is Year One, Chronicles of Year One, Book One by Nora Roberts. This book has apocalyptic aspects to it, which generally I am not into. I know lots of people are, that's cool. When I read for enjoyment, not to have major unbelievable drama, because there's enough drama in life and you just get tired of it. I read to relax, I enjoy reading. Yeah, anyways. So the first like half of this book made me want to throw it out the window. But then, I'd say probably maybe the first third, not even half, third. And then it got really good, and it redeemed itself. And I don't want to say anything about it, because if you do like Nora Roberts and you do want to read this, it's not so much a romance story. I'm going to tell you that right now, because she is either known as J.D. Raw, which is a mystery novelist. Mystery? Yeah. Kind of mystery.
Thriller mystery.
Yeah, thriller mystery. And then Nora Roberts is her actual name, and she writes romance. This is more on the mystery thriller side, even though there's a touch of romance with a few of the characters, because it follows a group of people instead of just one main one, but the one main set of characters, or the one set of characters is the main one for this book. So I'm interested to see how it progresses, because essentially the world as we know it ends for these people and they have to start over completely. So, but yeah, I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. It turned out to be a really, really good book in the end. Couldn't put it down, but the first part of it, when it was like somebody would just like walk by somebody and die, that was from, yeah. That I don't like. I don't like apocalyptic like that.
The other book I read is One and Only by Jenny Holiday. This is actually the first in a trilogy of a bridesmaid behaving badly. This book was awesome. Oh my god. I'm not sure if this is, I don't think this is her first book, but I think it might be her first book published into like chapters. Honestly, hilarious. It's like, there's dorky moments where you're like, oh my god, I'm cringing, but it suits the characters so much. It's just, I don't even know what to say. Essentially, she's a bridesmaid, her best friend is a bridezilla, and is like, you have to watch the groom's brother because he just gets into trouble anywhere he goes. So she's like, fine, I'll do that. So she gets out of like all the like DIY things that the bride is making them do. And well, it's a romance, so they do end up falling for each other, but the way to the end of the book is just hilarious.
Well, that's good.
It's just so funny. I want to read the second book.
And it's based here in Toronto, is it not?
Yeah, it's based in Toronto in the GTA.
Yeah.
And then the other two books are based on the other two bridesmaids in this book.
Ooh, that sounds intriguing.
Yeah, and I think there's actually a novella that comes in between the second and third book about the bride and groom in this book. So you kind of round it all out. I really want to read the second book. This author's hilarious.
The next one I have is Summer at the Lake by Erica James. Yeah, Erica James. So this one follows 3 different characters. They have a chance encounter. One of them is a 80-year-old woman, and it flips between her past story to the 2 young people she's met on this chance encounter, and they all go back to Lake Como for different reasons. I can't really say much more because it kind of spoils the book, but it's so good. It's about love, life, relationships, friendship, like not just like romantic relationships, but like every type of relationships, family, friends, everything. And it's just, it works out really well, and I really enjoy it. I've read The Holiday by her as well, and I really suggest that you pick up her books. She's a UK author, which I tend to have, I'm drawn towards, but yeah, go check it out. It's really good.
There's a spider web, like a line of it, just glistening in the wind. The last book I read is The Olive Tree by Lucinda Riley. This is just...
Lucinda Riley is amazing! Amazing! I forgot one of my books. I'll be right back.
This book actually started off slow, and I was like, oh my god, get to it, because as you can see, it's almost 600 pages. And as you go, you're just like, oh my god. This is about a family trying to find their way. Alex, the main character, it starts off really different than I thought it would, because it's like 10 years after the book actually takes place. And then he reads his journal from that summer, and then that's how it goes back in time to do the whole story. But like, it's different than I thought it would be, and Lucinda Riley is really good at being like, you think it's this, but is it?
It's true.
And you're just like, there's a big twist in this book. Oh my god. Yeah, you definitely need to read it. It's got lots of twists and turns, and the climax is actually a good one. It like, you build for like half the story, and then it just like skyrockets, and then easily comes down again, and then goes back into the present day to finish the book off, which the present day part I wanted to throw across the room because she was purposely leaving things out.
Did she leave things out or just leave it open-ended?
No, leave things out until the very end. I wanted to go to sleep that night, but I had to finish. Bah! Amazing book. I would totally give this a 5. I love her.
To go with her, Lucinda Riley, I also read a Lucinda Riley. I read the other 2. This is the 3rd one in this series. It's of the 7 Sisters series. It's called The Shadow Sister. The first one is called The 7 Sisters, and the second one's called The Storm Sister. And let me tell you, this book did not disappoint either. I swear this series is phenomenal to start with, and it just gets that much better with every book. And like Tanya said, Lucinda Riley is really, really good at going, well, here's a little bit of information, take with it what you will, but do you actually know where I'm going with this? And then you think you've got her, and then she does something else that makes you hesitate and go, no, okay, no, it's not going to be that way. But then throws you back into a loop going, no, but I think that's it. Like, it is so good, and I cannot wait to read the 4th book, and I just found out that the 5th book in the series is coming out in November in the UK, because once again, she's not a Canadian author, she's from Europe. So I am so excited, and I want to know when it comes out in Canada, because I was trying to wait to read these books, and I just cannot wait any longer, so I'm probably going to read the 4th one next month. So I'm really sad, because I don't want to have to wait. So good. She's so good. You have to check her out. I can't wait to go and find her other books as well. So good.
If you do want to read a Canadian author, Jenny Holiday is Canadian. She's not just basing her book in Toronto. She is from London, Ontario. That is where she lives right now, I think. That's what the back of the book says, I think. So she's a great Canadian author if you want a laugh and to read a Canadian author.
The last book I read was The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hong. I think that's how you say it. Again, I mean, it's an easy romance, but so good. And it was all over Instagram and BookTube, which is why I picked it up. And I was like, okay, a little weary when so many people praise a book. I'm like, because I generally have different tastes than a lot of people. But this one, yeah, just for like the cuteness of the story alone, and like I found it actually to be pretty well written, I would give at least a 4.5 to 5 star. I totally love this book. She has a second one coming out, I think spring of next year or the winter, I'm not sure because I've seen 2 different things, and I can't wait to read that one either. And what brings this, I think what makes this kind of popular in time now too, she has Asperger's, and she's just trying to learn how to interact with people better. And that's why she hires a male escort, which is all in the back of the book. No spoilers here. And because of the type of book it is, you know, they fall in love, but they have to go around in these big circles because they both have like skeletons in the closet kind of thing. So really good. Go pick it up if you want a good summer, nice, easy read. I mean, we're halfway through summer now. So sad. But yeah, so go read it. It's really, really, really good. That was our August. I don't want August to go away. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. That was our July wrap up. I hope you enjoyed. I can't remember how to end it.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you do subscribe to our channel to get lots more videos every Sunday at the moment.
Don't forget to hit the little bell too.
Yeah, make sure you hit the bell as well, then you will be notified when we put out a video. Right now it's mainly book videos, and when we do travel, we'll put up those videos as well. And yeah, so we do hope you enjoyed this video, and have a great day. Bye.